Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and this week we're making a cute wee box. We've made the style lots of times before, but I thought I would add a window this time and do a different kind of closure on it, where these are not stuck, they're more forgiving, you know, for you to pop stuff in and be able to manoeuvre them more if the stuff inside doesn't fit properly. So that's why I decided to go with these. This is all old, really old. I think it's the first year I joined, so about 6 years ago, with Stampin' Up. So I thought I'd pull it out just to do a kids box. But the shape will be the same for the next one. So I thought it was nice wee window. And of course, when I make my prototype, then I'm learning as I go along, and I decided I might do a nice wee embossing on my window for the next one. But I've decorated back and front and sides, and I've added these wee cutouts just. So the next one we're going to make, it will use some new product, some old. You do need some rectangles die cuts. I used 2 different patterned ones just because I could. I have a nice X one around the edge there, as you can see. You need a wee 1/2 inch punch for the wee notch down here, or any size of a punch, whatever you want, or just cut a V out if you have no punches. I'm using one of the new embossing folders, which is available now. This one's the eyelet one, and the papers are called Country Lace, and they're really pretty. Look at the grey in that. It's so beautiful. But I'm going with pinks today because I'm making a wee box to gift my new granddaughter some nice wee socks and money, of course. But I didn't want to just give money, so I'm putting the money inside with the socks. So that's what we're doing. I have used an older stamp set and die cut, all for baby, which some of you may have. I have it, and I can't make myself buy another baby one, but I thought I'd show you one that you could buy yourself if you don't happen to have a baby one. It's in the new catalogue, and it's called Cutest Onesie. And if you haven't got it, if you haven't got a nice specific baby one, get it. You know, it's, to me it looked a wee bit boyish, but it isn't. It's sweet girl and sweet boy. And to make this a wee bit more, you could put a wee bit of pleated felt or pleated paper or tulle, something like that, just to add a wee bit of girly stuff to it. But it is a great wee set, and I just can't justify buying it after having got this one, you know, even though it has much nicer sentiments in it. But anyway, I thought I'd let you know that. Right, let's get started before I bore you to tears. What you're going to need for your base, you're going to need a piece of card. Where's my instructions? I've lost them. Here they are. You're going to need a piece 11 inches by 6 inches deep. I'm going to check it. It doesn't even look 11 inches, but probably it is. Oh, losing the plot. So I'm going with that nice country lace that I told you. It's denim on the other side, and this side it is petal pink. So you need 4 squares, and they need to measure 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then you need 4 strips, and they need to measure 6/8 by 3 3/4. And then you'll need your little piece of window sheet, and I have gone ahead and embossed it with that nice embossing folder, and you can see the lovely eyelet, or can you? Maybe you can't, but it really looks nice and pretty. So it'll kind of block off what's inside slightly, you know. I've cut myself 2 squares with those. The biggest one is the outer, and then I put that inside and cut it so I have a wee frame to do this round the box, which gives it a nice wee finish inside and out. So that's what you need, 2 of those in the matching base paper, and your window sheet, of course. So we're going to get on and emboss this. You would not believe the state my room is in with changing out all the older stuff and getting ready with newer stuff, and papers being pulled everywhere, and oh, my head's all over the show. I'm driving myself insane. So this 11-inch side, butt it up here and start with 1 inch, and then go to 5 inches, 6 inches, and 10 inches. Spin it around and go 1 inch and 5 inch. So pretty easy for the score. You can put that away out of your road. So we're going to decide which one is going to be your closure, and I'm going to go with the top up here. and we'll do a bit of cutting. We don't need these 2 squares because we're doing that, and we can also cut in these. These are going to be the wee closures that I was telling you about, a wee bit different. And you can cut in at the front if you want. I'm actually going to leave it at kind of like it straight down, so it tucks in nicely for me, but you can cut it in if you feel like slapping it in there. So I'm going to cut this one in. Same here, cut it in. And then you'll not get mixed up. You can actually cut these ones in a bit too. I think I'll keep that one straight. And we'll cut this one in a bit. And straight up here. This one, what did I do with this one? Can't even remember. I'm going to cut straight in here and take a chance. I think that's what I did. Same on the other side. Keeping that one straight. So that's your closure up there. Oh, I'm going to turn this light off. It's like Flash Harry here. It's all Flash Harry. Give me a minute to fix it. That's better. A bit darker, but better. Yeah, you get too much light or not enough. So get rid of your rubbish, and we're going to move on and just stick our bits and pieces in place. So we're going to have one, this is your lid as I said, one down here, and then these 2 sides are going to get, these are not going to be decorated. They don't need to be decorated. I accidentally decorated this one. I should have been doing that to this, so you just don't need it. If you fancy it, go ahead and cut yourself 5 of those strips, which I may do, you never know. But these are for here, here, and here. I did do one, see, so maybe I will put it on. Okay, so leave these 2 blank. Stick all these in place, and I'll come straight back to you. So I have those all stuck. I did accidentally forget to put one here, so I took it from there and put it here. So that's where your 4 pieces go. That's the base of your box. When you flip it over inside, you're going to have another piece stuck, and then for the base where the wee present is going to go will be there. Now we need to cut out our shape. So we want to cut with the smallest one. We need to cut right through this, so you may need to run it through a couple of times. You can individually cut the papers and then try and match it up. I think it's an impossible task. It takes far too much time. You can do it, but seriously, is it worth it? Cut through both now, and just, that's what the wee frames come in. They cover any things that you're not happy about, the frame will cover it. So just try and get it in the middle, which I find impossible. You could go diamond, you don't even have to go square. You can go circle, whatever you fancy yourself, so long as you've got 2 close sized. I need to stand up because I'm not actually above this. Get a better look at it. Does that look straight? Nearly. Of course, as soon as you stick it, you move it. So I think that's straight. It's as good as it's going to get. I'm going to run this through my machine now and come straight back to you. Right, that is cut right through. Lucky enough, it cut right through the 3 layers, which is pretty good going. Save that for a wee matching card, maybe, if you don't ruin it. I ruined it. But sure. Right, so now this is the outside of your box, and you want to put your window on the inside with the emboss showing out, or deboss if you prefer. I'm just actually going to put it on with glue. I know, a bit messy, but my tape won't be narrow enough to cover this, and I want the glue pretty close to the edge. So put a wee line of Tomboy glue, if you're using it, just around the edge. Make sure you get it all covered. You don't want any popping off on you. And then we're just going to stick this in place, make sure it's clean. Just get it central. It does take a wee minute, and we might need to set something on it, especially now that it's embossed. The last one was a wee bit easier because it wasn't. And make sure you've about the same border the whole way around if you can, so that your wee white borders will cover it. Now, get a big block here. Let's see if this helps. So I'll stall you a minute and come back. So I'm hoping that's taken now. Seems okay. Just double check everything, make sure it has taken. The embossing mightn't be as easy to take as I said. So I've a wee tiny bit of Tomboy put around the edges of the white frame that I cut using the same two things, and I cut the window sheet to the exact same size. I didn't use the die, I did for the last one, but it made it a bit bumpy, so just cut it. Measure what size of die you're using, your biggest one, and cut your window sheet to match. And just make sure that you're covering all the edges of the pink. Just keep playing around with it. It will move nicely because of the window sheet. So it'll give you a wee bit of working time. And eventually it does take. Looks okay, doesn't it? So we'll go to the front now. Do the same again. Oops. Just add a nice wee line. I can't talk anymore, I'm concentrating. So I think I've all that covered. So again, go to your one corner and then slowly. This one will take quicker now, remember, because it's not actually touching the window, so work quickly and carefully and just make sure you're happy. I think it gives it a lovely wee finish whenever you put a wee frame around the windows. And you can see why we didn't do our burnishing, because putting it through the big machine would have flattened it out again anyway. So that is the window done, and you can see there, isn't it nice? It really is nice. So we're going to do our burnishing now. Where are you? So just do all your lines. You can decide later if you want to add a piece of the matching paper to your front bit. And keep checking that everything is sticking there for you. I really like that embossed window. Now don't forget your wee tabs at the end there. And make sure they're lining up nice and straight here. Every week I say I'm not making any more boxes. I've more than enough boxes, but I'm totally addicted. There's a bit of dirty glue there. And I think it's great to challenge your brain as you're getting older. What that mark is, don't like the look of it. And it certainly is a challenge for my brain. Right, okay, I think we're at the stage where we can join everything up. Now, are you going to sit for me? Yep. So, these two are going to stick and hold this box up, like so. So you want to put your glue on either side of those. If you feel the need a wee clip to keep you straight. Just don't be afraid to clip in. As long as you keep this edge nice and straight, I think that helps to keep the look good. So we'll put our glue on. If you're using a bigger punch, now's the time to punch the base of this so that you know, if you're using a bigger punch, I can get mine in okay, even when this is made up. But if you're using a heftier punch, do that now. Measure the center and do your punching. Just make sure you get your corners nice. And remember, because you've cut a wee bit off there, you'll be able to slide this down so that it's not overhanging at the top. Do the same on the other side. And then these two are going to attach to the base as well. So again, add your glue. Just get yourself nice sharp corners too. Keep them all nice. And make sure there's no overhang of your paper. So that is it. This is going to pop all inside here, and it gives a lovely neat closure. It doesn't pop out on you or whatever, but to open it you're going to need that wee slip like I told you, otherwise it's awkward. So we're going to make sure we get it in the center this time. So it's 4 inches. Where's my pencil? 2 inches is, whoops, roughly there. So go in with your punch, whatever you're using, if you can fit it in, and punch it out. So that is your box. Finished more or less. We're just going to decorate it up. I'm going to pop the wee socks in there later. I've cut out one of the wee onesies, more or less the same as what you're going to get with the new set, and I'm just putting it down here. It's a slightly different design of paper from the same pack, but it's got a wee daisy and added what do you call it? A pearl, pink pearl. Not the matching pink, but I wanted it to stand out. So I'm putting 2 of those on, and it says little hands, little feet, big love, which is exactly what our wee Amy is. Oh, she's dipped. So I'm just putting that across there. I think I don't want it too towards the back, so just about there. Decorate it up with other wee pearls or whatever. Inside I'm putting these nice wee socks. So I made them to fit specifically. And I'm going to add a nice bow with, what did I do with my nice ribbon? This gorgeous ribbon is available too, petal pink and white ribbon with a lovely wee. So I'm going to put a bow inside on top of the socks. I'll not keep you, I've kept you long enough. Just make sure you tuck those inside, and if you feel like that's a bit bare, decorate it up with another wee slip of paper. So all the measurements will be down below, and I hope you give it a wee go. It is a nice wee, it's bulking me out here. I didn't know what to put in it. I'm actually going to put races in it, but I can't open the races at this stage, so stuck in those chutes. So that is it. One's got clear and one's got embossed, so decide yourself. And I'll catch us all again next week, and thanks very much for watching. Bye.